Hello, hello. We are here. We are very pleased to interact with you this moment of your time. We thank you for allowing yourselves to feel the call within you to receive this transmission. For as you do, you reflect to us the light we offer you and some of your own energy and presence. In this way, we both expand, grow, and learn, and it is a process of great joy for which we give you our deepest and fullest thanks. We are the Pleiadian Collective. We offer our channel, the vibrational tool, you may call a name, of Anei, to describe this connection to us. We are an evolved aspect of a group of extraterrestrial beings living within the constellation you perceive to be the Pleiades. We are the non-physical essence of many extraterrestrial races. We are present with you now in the same way that there are many others, higher dimensional expressions of your own energy who offer themselves as reflectors to you, through which you may learn and grow. Our star Alcyon and your sun are twins, in a sense. For this reason, we are deeply connected to you. Many of you, without knowing, come to our world in your nightly travels, when you leave your body, and you have other incarnate aspects we refer to as soul aspects. You may know as past or future lifetimes within many of our species. And so we communicate to you to show you that oneness, that connection that does exist. We are emissaries and we are ambassadors, so to speak, for there are many others in your world now, present in ships or craft, as you call them, in higher dimensions and planes that are stationed around your world, particularly in the locations you know to be great vortexes, where there is high degrees of geomagnetic energy, as well as around certain cities where your human consciousness has collectively generated high enough frequencies to be attractors for these beings. You may see them. They may present themselves to you in moments in which your focus of perception shifts from your third dimension to higher dimensions in which these ships exist. They are your guides and guardians, and they are mostly your children, in some sense, coming to you from future times to tell you of the great hybridization, the great reintegration of your species in a galactic federation that is to come. And we are here to assist you individually and collectively, for it is your own personal journey of growth and awareness that will bring this participation for your collective race. We thank you for allowing this transmission once more, and we ask you now, how may we assist you with your questions or inquiries this moment of your time?
I'm curious about alien races on the planet that are in embodied form, and
Yes.
how they may be helping our planet to stay safe, even from ourselves and from our government, and the things that they are doing in their, for example, nuclear testing, nuclear bombs, war, these kind of questions, these kind of incidences that are happening, created by the human race. Is there intervention happening from other alien races at this time to help us from not destroying our planet and our
Yes.
race?
Yes, there are indeed many forces of protection. There are beings known as the Arcturian legions, you could call them, who surround your planet and protect your planet both from interdimensional attack as well as from attack within your own sphere. So there are, yes, these forces that would prevent such activities of massive nuclear missiles from destroying your planet. They would intercede and stop such attack. So you are, yes, protected in that sense, and they take care of that both upon your planet and in many spheres within this galaxy.
Can you describe some of the methods they use?
They have technology. They have ships that are linked in with their own consciousness, their own mind and body is biologically synchronized in a helpful and beneficial way with their ship. And so they pilot their ships with thought. They exist at higher dimensions, and these ships can change shape with relative ease as those who pilot the ships simply command, in a sense, with their thoughts, the morphing of these ships into new forms. And in this way, they are able to move about many spheres of influence, many planets, and they are indicated of emitted missiles, emitted attack instantaneously, and they intercede with relative ease.
I have a question.
Yes?
Do you have perspective or help to offer about removing the psychopathic element from the Earth?
Well, that is a process that will occur in its own time and space. There are different modes of consciousness that are being explored upon your planet at a period of time that all planets, such as your own, go through. There is a massive variety of individuals with different themes at different levels and vibrations of consciousness that are given the opportunity to explore at once. And this is a very chaotic time, in a sense. This is a very turbulent time, and this is a time of incredible variety. And those who allow themselves the opportunity to focus upon their own personal reality and their own groups and congregations will create order, while the masses may choose chaos. And the more and more you focus upon the sustainable projects and the expanded states of awareness and perception that you are developing now, the more that you will emit an energy that attracts others to join you. There will, however, be, up until a certain point in time, the exploration of the opposite polarity. The exploration of fear is allowed to take place upon your planet. And when you question and worry about this exploration, you slow down your own process and progress, you see. For it is a period of time that you go about in your next, say, 20 to 30 years, where in either polarity that is being explored, frequencies will go higher for all individuals involved, for all people. This may mean for those choosing the other polarity that there is mass chaos, that there is mass scarcity consciousness and mass subversion. Yet for those who choose to open to the frequencies of love, there will be abundance, there will be prosperity, there will be great joy, and you will learn in ways how to connect deeper with each other. And in that connection with each other, you open yourselves to love. When you open yourselves to love each other equally, and you play and dance together as you do now, and this is why we thank you very deeply for bringing yourselves together, you build the foundation upon which the new earth, as you call it, will be built. And the more you connect with each other, the more that you love unconditionally each other, the better examples you are of the higher dimensions that we exist in. The more you become a match to that expression, the easier it is for ourselves and others to meet you. So as you, again, share your love and you develop connections with each other, you will end what you call to be sociopathic tendencies. For the truth of the matter is that in all cases such as addiction and trauma and whatever you may call it, what is truly desired is deep connection, is deep love. And it is merely a sense of separation that leads one to look for this love in a distorted form. The more clearly you understand that all really are looking for love, they simply do not know how to access that love, the better example of that love you may be. So if you were to meet somebody in such a situation, the more you could love and accept them and share with them unconditionally, the easier it may be for them to meet you and match you. Yes?
6 years ago, I was sitting in a triangle, 3 people on the beach in Kauai, and I saw a craft that was unexplainable by any experience I'd previously had. And there was a red dot with a tail, and it became a white dot, and then it appeared to burst into a cluster of 7 stars. And I made note of where it was in the sky, and looked the next day, and it was still there, looked the next day, and it was still there. And recently I asked people, like, what is that? I saw that created, and they're like, oh, that's Pleiades, and I wonder what the message is.
Yes, that was an emissary from our realm coming to guide you to connect with us. It was a phenomenon of light and energy that you, as you allowed yourself to shift into a higher level of perception, was able to perceive. So we were inviting you to come to get to know us a bit more in that way. And as you focus upon those stars within the sky, and you can do this with the Pleiades, you can do this with Sirius, you can do this with any such constellation, you may bring in that frequency, and you may know the connection that may form as you contemplate and allow yourself to use your imagination and feel great curiosity and desire. There will be more contact. That was a preview, so to speak, of the connections that are available.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why was planet Earth chosen to be a bearer of three-dimensional life forms?
Well, it was an experience that allows growth. To only come in to form at a higher dimensional expression would not allow for such tremendous growth. You see, all that is created many universes, infinite universes, for the purpose of learning and growing. And each fragment of all that is, and you are one of those living fragments, contains the whole picture, contains the whole essence, contains the completeness. And you are coming through time to re-experience that unity. And it is only through variety and contrast that you get to appreciate the depth of your human experience and expression. And you, as individuated aspects of all that is, wanted to experience the depths, wanted to experience the pleasure, and wanted to experience that contrast, and so you chose to be here. This is but one planet of this sort, and there are many others, and this planet is one of a rather accelerated rate and progress. If you were to witness and experience the planets that we evolved from, you would be a bit shocked. For there are many other planets that you call third-dimensional that experienced a much slower trajectory, slower evolution, though experience similar patterns of growth as your own.
No question. Thank you for your presence.
Yes.
Thank you that I'm a human becoming and that you bring that message to me. Thank you that you've shown me in my dog, coming back to me as an orb, that the things that I hold near and dear in my heart for my expansion, you're bringing me the message of that truth. I'm so grateful to you being here in this time, in this place. And I guess I do have a question. I've been reading Claustrophobia and The Alchemy of the Nine Dimensions, and I want to know, where should I be in those books right now as my living Bible, if you will, to continue my expansion? Hope that made sense.
We understand that you are using these tools, one of which we know to have played an active role in the creation of, to expand your own awareness, to access deeper levels of your own sovereignty as a aspect of Source, yes?
Yes.
And so as you do, these concepts, these levels of awareness of the different levels, different dimensions in which you inhabit, is becoming made more clear to you, yes? Is there a part of this experience and expression you wish to elaborate upon, or that is not so clear for you yet?
Being present in fourth dimension,
Yes.
and understanding the mist and the veils, and how to integrate my third dimensional self with my fifth dimensional self in a way that's good for me and everybody else in the fourth dimension where we're struggling.
The fourth dimension is the dimension of time, as you know.
Yes.
And there is, within each individual ascending into higher levels of perception, the growing awareness that all that has occurred in the past is still here and now with you. And so each time that you find yourself contracting into one of those sticky fourth dimensional energies, which is essentially an emotion, which is essentially stemming from a belief that you adopted in relation to a trauma or a experience of contraction, each time that this emotion and this pattern is re-experienced, when you allow yourself to delve into a multidimensional expression in a way that you relive this emotion from all of its past expressions as well, when you know that an emotion is always related to every time that you have experienced the same emotion as well, you can dive deeper into the root causes of where that trauma has come from. And many of these traumas that you re-experience come from this lifetime. Some come from others. When you allow yourself to fully experience and investigate these emotions, while also maintaining awareness of the next level. For when you come into a fifth dimensional awareness, you may still experience your emotions, yet you know the state of non-duality, you see. You know the state of samadhi, as you have called it in your past traditions. You know that bliss and joy that comes from knowing the non-physical essence of yourself, yes. So when you can both be in fourth and fifth dimensional expressions of yourself, you can be in the bliss of your higher dimensions of expression, while also allowing each emotion to be experienced more as a pattern of energy rather than a simple reaction to an instant. You know that that emotion is vast and travels beyond this moment into past occurrences and future occurrences. When you can bring that bliss of your fifth dimensional nature into that pattern, you begin to transcend it in a way. You begin to see it for what it is and know that there is much beyond it. And when you can see the beliefs that have resulted from trauma and choose new perspectives, choose something that is more in alignment with that fifth dimensional nature of your own essence, then you may mitigate that belief. You may neutralize its emotional frequency and install within your system, in a sense, a new pattern, a new means of expressing yourself.
Thank you.
We do thank you, yes. Can you play with that?
Yes.
Very well, then we are with you, and we do encourage you to bring great joy into these expressions. For there is much to be released, in a sense. There is much trauma that each individual in your world has experienced. And trauma does not simply mean a occurrence of danger or something life-threatening. When you suppress an emotion, you traumatize yourself. And so the art of mastering the fourth dimension and entering into a perception of the fifth dimension. And we are clear now when we say perception. For sometimes you think when you enter into the fifth dimension, you are going somewhere else. That is not an accurate translation. When you enter into the fifth dimension, you come into an awareness of eternity, of what lies beyond space and time. And in that way, you can come to release these traumas.
How do we usually, how do we suggest accessing those dimensions or in our dreams, accessing the thing? Do we ask your permission or invitation or
Yes, you may invite yourself to come and join us. For the invitation on our behalf is already given, is already shared. And so the only permission that you truly need is a permission slip that you give yourself, is a tool that makes sense to you in a way. So you have many tools that you use, and when you understand that they are simply means to access an energy that is innate, you can more fully master them. It is not in the practice itself, it is in the allowance that you bring to experience new levels of your own energy. And so when you use your imagination, you have greater access. It is not always such a pronounced experience, as some of these experiences may come after you learn to trust your own imagination. If you picture our star and picture a stream of energy leaving from your navel and spiraling above your body before you go to sleep, you may witness this stream of energy and a duplicate version of yourself, if you wish, exiting through the spiral and moving up through the galaxy and coming to a star very far away and coming to a planet very far away. And when you see this duplicate version of yourself entering in this other world, you may start to feel and sense through a faculty you call now imagination what it is like in that world. Though the more you come to trust in these images, you then begin to experience these psychic senses more fully. And in this way, you can practice traveling astrally. There are many other tools that are more advanced that work for some individuals, and for others they do not. It is within your own sense, within your heart, within your feeling sense, that you know if that tool or permission slip is most relevant for you. For there is much already out there. Though your own imagination, what does it look like for you? How does that astral travel want to present itself to you? Come to trust yourself more and know that everyone works a little differently, and everybody will have their own experience in maneuvering in this way.
I have a question.
We do thank you, yes. And what is your question?
For those of us who are starting to integrate all of the modalities and all of the teachings that have come to us and create something new, new teachings
Yes,
that haven't yet been brought forward.
yes,
And as we are also looking for the land to settle on
yes,
and build our communities, what are the qualities that we should be paying the most attention to in that land and in that work? And what are the tools and insights that we need to be using the most? Like, what's most important to focus on and to receive as we go forward in these projects?
in regards to the tools and the practices, we encourage you to focus upon the aspects that allow yourself to feel greater senses of love for yourself and for others. We see this as the most pivotal and important quality in discerning whether a tool or a practice is most relevant for you. If what you are doing is bringing you to love yourself more and feel a greater sense of awareness, then it is very powerful and pertinent for you. Can we speak more on this before we continue to the other part of your question?
Yes.
Very well. What more can we share?
Do you have any insights into how to reach the humans who have not yet been taught how to listen?
Get a little louder.
Thank you.
Yes. And regarding the land, you have asked us about land, no?
Yes.
Are you developing a certain project or looking for a particular reason?
Yes.
And what land calls to you the most? Do you already have potential?
We have threads.
Yes.
Nothing strong yet, but many threads to follow.
And you already know the qualities that you are looking for. You already have images of how this community would look for you.
Yes.
We encourage you to picture, and we encourage all of you, when you are envisioning what you would like, to create solid, clear pictures for yourself, to focus on all of the details of what you would like to create, and imagine your reality into being. For when you get very specific with your intentions and your desires, you allow for the universe to bring you better matches, better, more resonant expressions of what you are desiring to create. And we encourage you to follow all of the threads with no insistence on a particular outcome. For when you offer a vibration of need, you diminish your level of attraction. When you are in a state of complete allowance, when you know that it is the excitement that you bring that brings to you the greatest and most pertinent manifestations, then you are in a very particular state that allows your frequency to rise and allows your awareness to expand, which allows you to learn more. For you never can truly fail. You can have an experience of succeeding at failure, though that is in and of itself a success, you see. For every experience gives you the opportunity of learning more. Every bump on the road and every time that you follow a thread that doesn't lead where you want to go, you learn more of what you want. You learn more specifically what you desire. And enjoy that process of refining your desires and your projects in that way.
Thank
We do thank you, yes. Very well then, yes.
I was very much encouraged by your commending us for bringing ourselves together. And I know we must do it clumsily, and I wonder if from your perspective there are some ways we might more elegantly attract people to this sort of celebration and provide them what we all really need.
In what sense do you do it clumsily? We see a very clear and grounded position that you place yourselves within now. We do thank you, yes. How would you like to more clarify this expression, though? What would it look like for you to attract new people, to refine this more?
It would address some of the emotional depth of the exchange that just preceded this one, where we were discussing how blind we are to our racism.
Yeah.
And we want to be good at what we're doing.
Yeah.
So I don't know what we're blind to that I don't know what I don't know.
Do you need to know what you don't know?
I do not need to know. I just want to be sure that following the vibration is enough.
Yes, that is exactly what leads you into higher states of expansion. When you listen to your own heart and do what feels the most exciting for you, then you expand in the most powerful way. Though guilt is one of the largest stumbling blocks. Guilt is a synthetic emotion. Guilt is a cover-up for deeper emotions. And you use a state of guilt in your culture in order to stay at a surface level, in order to avoid going deep. You are loved. You are expressions of love light, of source energy. And you are, in that sense, innately benevolent, as source is innately benevolent, and gives to each expression of itself free will. So you have free choice to explore your lives in whatever way serves you most. Though when you use your free will to make yourselves guilty for the opportunities before you, you diminish all level of excitement. You put yourself in a position where you feel obliged to behave in certain ways. And that sense of obligation is what can lead you into entangled relationships and unbalanced levels of communication. It is an impediment. So we suggest to you, when you are feeling guilty and when you are feeling that there is something preventing you from expressing yourself fully, to convert that sense of guilt into another emotion, to find the emotion behind the emotion. It could be that you are feeling sad or angry, yet you do not feel the right to that emotion. You feel that that anger is some negative emotion or a negative offering to the world, when it is truly innately what is in your being. It is the vibration that is within you. So instead of staying at that surface, dive deep into all that you are feeling and allow yourself to express it. Allow yourself to love yourself as you are. And these impediments will no longer be blocking the flow of energy. Though as we see you now, we do see you as masters in a sense. We see you as embodiments of your true love for yourself. And as you allow this love to expand and to touch the places where you feel a lack of love, you will heal in quicker ways. And you may add to these gatherings, or to any such gatherings, more containers for emotional expression, more containers for the sharing of your heart, and for tools and permission slips for deeper levels of healing that are beyond merely verbal communication. For oftentimes when you use such vibrational tools, you can access deeper levels and release deeper levels of trauma.
Can you dive deeper into that, of what tools are available to us?
Well, sound, yes. And you already use this in very powerful ways. Though when you begin to communicate in languages that are non-traditional, when you communicate through pure sound current and allow yourself to enter into perhaps tongues, glossolalia, whatever term you wish to use, you allow for these currents of energy to express themselves in deeper ways. And when you use this tool or use any such instruments to transfer vibration with the intention of bringing emotional healing, you will open a container that can allow for more full integration. We also encourage you to be imaginative, for there are many ways that you can come together and express yourselves with arts, with what you call heart sharing, to also penetrate these deeper layers.
I have a question.
Yes?
I've been struggling for a variety of years with digestive issues,
Yes.
and I wonder, I've tried a bunch of different things, and I'm curious if you have insight into what might help me heal.
And what is the specific symptom?
Fatigue, cloudy headedness, and bloating.
Yes. When you use a different tool, when you use a different plant or substance, with what attitude do you approach your body?
I guess it depends, but just hoping that it'll work.
Yes, and we do appreciate that hope. We also want you to know that your body does respond to all of your thoughts about it. And to think of your body as broken or damaged will bring about that manifestation. When you can refer to your body as a solid vessel, as a vessel for wellness, in spite of apparent illness, you then make an open space for your body to heal. When you direct healing energy to each of your cells, you allow those cells to integrate the medicines that you take. Your body is not merely a mechanical thing. It is a distillation. It is an expression of non-physical light energy. And when you come into awareness of the higher levels of yourself, you may come to experience all of your diseases as manifestations of energetic imbalances. And when you can come to thank your illnesses as teachers for the offerings they share, for the deeper awareness they bring, you may then heal in quicker ways. So we encourage you to thank your illnesses, thank your parasites, and thank any such critters or viruses that may be there for you, for they are sharing with you insight, and they are bringing you to experience deeper levels of yourself. For oftentimes you resist your emotions, you resist the feelings of insufficiency, and you resist the struggle that you are experiencing emotionally. In order to purify yourself of these beliefs that create emotional imbalance, you need to dive deep within them and be willing to explore them. And oftentimes you need to rest and back away from such ardent activity in your world. And so sometimes when you resist that rest, your body will respond to you and give you a reason to go inside and rest. And in that state of rest, you will begin to process and process until you are feeling a bit better. Though when you can regularly thank your symptoms and begin to respond to them with energy, when you can begin to direct streams of light through visualization and felt sensation within your body to the places where you are feeling discontent and ill at ease, you begin to, yes, expand them. At first, this may hurt you a bit more. It may feel as if your symptoms are getting bigger because you are bringing more awareness to them. Yet in that state of expanded awareness, you can dive deeper into the root causes. And so in the case of ill digestion, it is most often a case of being unable to digest emotions, being unable to digest experiences, being unable to digest relationships for your lower chakra centers. Do respond and connect your digestive system to all of your relations with others. When you can explore both the physical and the energetic aspects and see them as interrelated,